Save our planet. Uganda's forests disappearing at a rate of over 90,000 hectares every year. In a statement to Parliament, State Minister for Environment Jessica Äৰীষ্টå reported, "The situation is getting serious and worrying. We have so far lost forest cover equivalent to 28%. She also stated that over 72% of the forest reserves in northern Uganda have already been illegally cleared. In response, the Ugandan government has recently proposed the establishment of an environmental police unit to safeguard the nation's eco-treasures as well as funding tree planting efforts.
So, without replanting, we are killing the country will have no future.
Hats off, Minister Äৰীষ্টå and Uganda for these steps towards a greener nation. May we halt all tree felling and implement plans to provide sustainable alternatives and reforest the lands to save our precious planet."
Yosemite animals forced to move to higher ground. Scientists comparing current and past mammal populations in California, USA's Yosemite National Park were surprised to find that small mammals such as ground squirrels and mice had either limited their range or moved to higher elevations. Study lead Dr. Craig Moritz said that climate change is causing this dramatic shift. Other evidence of global warming in the area were an average rise in nighttime temperatures of 3 degrees Celsius, as well as the area's Lyell Glacier now being half its size compared to 100 years ago. Your work in validating the effects of global warming on our animal co-inhabitants is much appreciated, Dr. Moritz and colleagues. Blessed be a world restored through our shared kindness and respect for all life.
China to protect endangered dugongs. This now rare marine mammal, also known as the sea mermaid or sea cow, has declined significantly in South China's Guangxi-Zhou Autonomous Region since the 1980s due to fishing and water pollution. The Chinese government has thus decided to fund a $3.8 million project that will update and expand the country's one existing sea mermaid sanctuary, the Hipu Dugong National Nature Reserve. The completed project, scheduled to open in 2009, will contain a new research center, a sea animal rescue center, and other equipment. Our heartfelt gratitude, China, and all involved in saving the dugongs. May we ensure the protection of all beings by leading eco-friendly and compassionate lifestyles.
British independent newspaper lists top 100 environmentalists. Selected by a group of panelists for measurable eco-accomplishments, the list was headed by John Stewart, whose campaign for better transport has succeeded in preventing the construction of a third runway at London's Heathrow Airport, which would have caused up to 10 million extra car journeys annually. Others on the list are Chief Scientist Professor Robert Watson at the Department for Food, Environment and Rural Affairs for his successful leadership in achieving a ban on chemicals known to damage the ozone layer. Welsh Environment Minister Jane Davidson, polar scientist Peter Wadhams, Sir David Attenborough and His Highness Prince Charles were also on the list of eco-heroes. Our respectful congratulations all honorees on the top 100 British environmentalists list. May your devoted green endeavours inspire many others to ensure the preservation of our precious planet.
Global warming could result in mass migration. This was the warning sounded from a study funded by the European Commission and conducted through the United Nations University, which estimates that in coming years, an estimated 200 million people will be displaced by environmental disasters, such as flooding, crop failure, and desertification. Some 600 experts from nearly 80 nations recently gathered in Bonn, Germany for a UN University conference to address the predicament of these vulnerable climate change migrants who will be fleeing from very desperate situations. United Nations University participants, we are thankful for your dedicated concern and sharing of this important information. We pray for swiftly effective actions such as the adoption of the plant-based diet to ensure the continued safety and dignity of life for all people.
Technology under development at Australia's University of New South Wales could offer new hope to farmers in drought-affected areas by enabling crops to grow using salty groundwater.
2 United States Department of Agriculture Conservation's programs report their success in restoring over 5 million acres of the Great Plains of North America to a balanced and flourishing ecosystem.